Okay, guys, today I am going to show you a simple one light setup. Okay, real super simple. This is actually what the image will look like. Okay, I actually have her a little bit down here, so let me just wait for this to finish. All right, so one light setup. All right, so the camera, as you can see here, it's a 7200. I have it at 121 millimeters. Exposure at 1/125th of a second, ISO 100 at f9. Okay. Reason why I have it at f9 is because she moves. She's gonna be moving. All right. She's a model. She wants to do a bunch of poses, so she's gonna be rotating and turning and doing all kinds of cool stuff. So I want f9 so I have a good play of space. Okay. So while I'm there, I just have a simple umbrella. This is really the probably the beginner's level of modifiers is this simple shoot through umbrella. Okay. Um, Looking at this, if you look, all right, I'm in the large room. There we go. All right, so we're at roughly about a height of 7 feet, 6.5 feet. Um, the yaw is about 47 degrees going this way, so 45 to 47 degrees. If I zoom in, or actually if I switch this here, you'll see that I am actually, let's pull out, pointing behind her, okay? Because I want to get a little bit on that backdrop. All right, now if I wanted to, I could move it to the front of her and easily point it at her face, or point it at her chest, point it at her belly, okay? Which usually I do, but in this case, I want some on the backdrop, so I put it right behind her. All right, so let's go back here. All right, so I can increase intensity, but I like about 7.5. It's about where it should be. Now I'm gonna have a nice smooth gray. Okay, and she's lit up perfectly. And if you were to look at the settings of the camera, remember we're at 1/125th of a second, which is the sync speed for most lights. In this case, it's a 500 watt monolight. This is uh, what would I say? This could be Alien B800, possibly. It could be around this one. All right, and I'm just taking a look. Okay, as you can see, focal points on the eye. I get just right at the thigh. All if it bends, it's bent. Wrist is bent. Wrist is bent. Fingers are bent. Fingers are bent. She has curve in her spine. She's pushing up, to make sure she keeps that elongated spine. Okay. She's turned away from me slightly with her shoulders turned back, so it's kind of like a double turn. She's popping that hip out. So this is actually a good setup. And if you look here, again, we're about 6 feet and another 6 feet to the camera. I do believe. I will make sure I have that on there right. So, hey, where'd it go? So, zoom out a little bit. There we go. All right. So, oh, it just hit it. Where is that? I don't have my little thingy turned on. Let's get the stand. There we go. All right. So, let's go back and measure that again. All right. So we're at 13 feet. Is how far the camera is from the subject. Um, that's not too bad actually. 13 feet, another maybe 10 feet from behind her. Yeah, she's about 8 feet. Eight. I'll just make sure because you never know how far they are from something. Oops. Let me see. Where the heck was he? It's hard to grab these things sometimes. Alright, so go from here. So the light in this case is, if it'll let me grab it, there we go, is 8.3 feet from my subject. Again, the light's pointing at a 45, so the center of the light's usually about right here at her feet. Okay, that way I'm getting light back here and more light up here. Okay, she's about 8 feet, you know, because if we look, oops, we look at it from the top. Okay, she's in the center of the square, a little bit further than center of square. 8 feet is to here, so if I swing this around, she's about 9 feet from the backdrop. Because we swing this around, yeah, she's about 9 feet from the backdrop. Okay, but if you notice, it's now 45 degrees to her. What I'm doing is I'm kicking that shadow away from the backdrop because I knew this was going to be there. I don't want it here. I want it back here, right? You want to watch your shadows. So in this case, I'm throwing it on her, 45 degrees. I am lighting her broad lit in this pose, okay? If I wanted her the other way, or if I wanted, let's just say I wanted um, to be lit the opposite direction, I just come over here and do the same thing, but from the opposite side, like so, okay? So now I'm lighting her short lit because on her face, let's get there. On her face, the short side is now lit. Now in this image, I don't like short side because for some reason it just doesn't look right to me. So I swing it back over, come back around. There we go. Alright, so about right there. Again, watching the shadow. About right there. Alright, so this tells you the degree that you are from your light, from your camera. I mean, if I look straight at my camera, you know, it's actually going 45 degrees from where she's standing. All right. I could easily tell her turn left, boom, turn right, or look behind her. You know, while she's doing this little merry-go-round view, you know, I may go something like that. You know, hiding the face, maybe getting a little bit of the face, maybe adding a little bit more of the face, maybe having her looking at the camera. Boom, right? It doesn't really matter how. In this case, I kind of like that whole uh, um, looking away just slightly to get that eye. Boom, like that. All right. So now, I mean, if I took the shot, you'll see. And sorry, but the window for the recording actually stops right here. It actually goes down to mid thigh, as the picture that you see on the left here. But once this is done rendering, so we can see it. All right. So now you can see it's a clean picture. Okay. Now in this case, I don't like the shadow effect that's here. I want to lighten that shadow up because I want to see this curve here. I want to see some of that face. I want to see the roundness, right? You want to see curves. I mean, that's really what people hire you for, is to see the curves. You know, and in this case, I need to add more light. All right. So what do I do? All right. Um, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to I'm going to open up my one light with a reflector. All right. So, and I'm totally going to get rid of that one real quick. 1 second. We'll take Nicole out and we'll bring in my other lady. Alright. So we'll bring her back in. right? But now I gotta make sure I got her in the same spot. There we go, right about there. Alright, so same spot. Alright, now let's just say she's still looking this way. Yeah. Alright, let me unlock all those. Alright, so now oh, one of these to about there. Alright, I'm gonna raise it up just a little bit. There we go. Alright, so now let's take the shot. Alright, now if you notice, I filled in a lot. You can see a lot more detail. See? A lot more detail now in the face, in the side, in the buttocks, down the leg. You're having a really nice transition of shadow to light, okay? By just using a simple reflector, okay? All I did was just did a reflector. You can make these from Walmart for like $3, and you can put like three together, and you can make yourself a reflector. So just this light, the reflector, her, all in the same positions as the last one, right? Produces a very similar result, okay? In this case, I would probably focus here, you know. But you can see the light is now here. Okay, if I pull that away, see how dark it is? So let's bring it back. Oops. Let's bring it back. Boom. Look at that. It fills in that with a really nice light effect to give her not as much shadow. Okay, we get that transition from light to dark to light. Okay, really great. I love this. If I change this to gold, you see how it gives it that orange look? Okay, and in real life, this is orange. Okay, I say stay away from gold. Silver okay, white okay. Okay, silver is going to make it really specular. Okay, this thing doesn't give me white, so I really can't show you what a white would look like on here. But this is just for so you understand that just by adding a simple reflector into the scene, one light with a umbrella pointing just slightly behind, remember, and using a reflector can create light, shadow. Okay, you get that nice thin, even light all around to shadow. Okay, making your pictures slightly more better. All right, so let's say we turn her this way. All right, so now she's looking right at us. Right, boom. All right, so now she's looking at us, but look, you still got that nice edging on her entire body. Okay, that helps. All right, now let's say we want some hair light because her hair is just not. It's gorgeous hair. Why is it not looking right? Okay, real simple. I just come over here, come around the backside. All right, I'll raise her up and I'll snoot it down. There we go. Ooh. And we'll put it right on her hair. Come on. Alright, so I'm pretty close. Let me get back over there. Alright, so now let's zoom in. Alright, so now I can see where my laser's going. Alright, so I want it on that back right or left side of her hair. Should be right about, ooh, we'll go right about there. Alright, so looking at that, we're going to raise that light intensity up. We'll go full 10. Alright, now you're seeing a really nice light in the hair, but in this case, I want to get a little bit closer. Right about there. Alright. You can see it on the back. See it? Woo! There's that nice uh, snoot. And we're just going to come across, hit the back side of her body. Boom. There we go. Now you're seeing the light is now curving, and it's actually causing her to separate herself from the background. Now, do I need a snoot? Nah, I don't need a snoot. I can go in here with just a standard speed light, right? So let's just pull the speed light out. Wow. I know, it's horrible, but I like doing it anyway. Alright, so speed light, just a quick little run through here. Whoa, just move my backdrop. Yeah. Alright, speed light, come here. Alright, so let me zoom in so I can see where the heck I am. Alright, so let's bring her up here to me. We are at 7, yeah, about 7 feet. Alright, so you're gonna put it right behind there. Alright, so now let's pop this one on the back of the head. Alright, so this is a speed light. Just a simple speed light. Remember, a speed light's what? I want to say it's 50 watts. Okay, right now it's at 56 at 200 meters. Okay, which I'm at half, so I can actually lower it to probably about 16. There we go. That gives it a nice clean. Okay, now if you want to see black and white, so you see zones. Here's your bright zone. Moving into a darker shade, darker shade, darker shade, a really dark gray shade, and moving back up into a lighter shade. Okay, so you can see the gray zones, how everything's working out, which I like. That looks great. Alright, color looks great, right? Everything looks good. And that's just two lights and a reflector. Now if I pull the reflector out, this light here is actually going to give it just enough hint of light up here. So let me just angle this a little better. Okay, we'll go about right there. And now I'm going to increase to a full 1-1. Alright. Let's go quarter. There we go. Alright, so now you see this nice highlight. Nice highlight. There's a highlight in the hair. And then you got your highlight, highlight, highlight. Alright? It's great. Now I got one light there. Right? What else do we need? Oh, well, she's kind of dark here in the legs. Right? So, let's pull another little speed light. We'll just pop that one down here. Alright, let's see. I know, this thing's. Oops. I'll bring that back. Come on. There we go. It's easier if I just pop it over here. Alright, so we're going to come over here. My speed light didn't come in. There we go. Alright. I'm going to lower this down to like damn near nothing. Rotate it. Come here. Ah. Alright, so rotate it so it's hitting the back of her legs. Alright. So we're going to come back over here. Let's go like this. Boom. Okay. So now that I got a low one, I have a high one. Go look. Nice highlights, boom. This is a little bright, right? So let's bring her down, probably about 1/8 ish. Boom. There we go. Now you have a 3-light setup. You have your umbrella, which is causing your main light. And you have a speed light top coming down, which hits the shoulders, the arm, a little bit of the back here, the hair, that top arm, right? Then we have one down at the bottom. And what am I using that one for is to light up the sides here. To get that darkness out of here. But notice I still have a sweet transition. I mean, it's just a beautiful transition from here to here. From light to dark to light. Light, dark, light. Right? Light, dark, light. Alright? Now, if I wanted to fill these in, what do? Well, add another light if you want it. Alright? This is really why it becomes really fun, to me anyway, um, is that I can continuously just add light over more and more. See, now I filled in the darker shadows, but I kept it to where it still shows curvature. Okay, so you got your light getting darker, a little bit of a gray back into light, right? I mean, it's that simple. I mean, you just saw how. See, I'll turn this off. Hang on, let me pull this up. Pull this back. There we go. All right, so let me turn it back on. All right. So starting out, all right. So we have umbrella. So this is what it looks like with just one speed light. Okay. I don't care about the reflector because that's not worry. All right. So there's the first light. Okay, that's the little small light that was on the ground, shining up. All right. That's this light. All right. I'll show you. Pink. There it is. The orange. Orange is up here. Okay. I'll go ahead and increase that. There we go. All right. So now you can see this little small one that's on the ground. This is the light it's kicking in. Okay, it's at 1/8 of a power. Okay, the power's at 1/8, and it lights up exactly what you're looking at right there. This is called selective lighting right now. Okay, I'm showing each light. Okay, add in the second speed light, which is the one that's directly in the front. This is the fill flash. Remember, many times I tell you guys about fill and how fill flash works. Well, this is the fill flash. This is filling in those little dark shadows that are all over her body, right? This is the back that's lighting up her top arm, her hair, her back arm, a little bit of the curvature. Gets that nice light so you can tell there's a curve there, right? You want to emphasize those curves. Okay? Now we'll take this one out. Here's the umbrella. Boom. That is our main light. Okay? The main light is what covers the majority of the image. That is your main light. That's what everything else is going to be set from. Okay? So your main light covers the whole body. That's the most powerful light, really. Um, well, that's your main exposure will come from this light. Okay, it's not your powerfulness, it's just the main exposure of the light. Your highlights can actually be more powerful. In like my sports shots, you probably see those lights coming from the sides of their face. Okay, that's called kicker lights, and I could show you what a kicker light is in another video, but in this video I'm just showing a simple one light setup and how one light can turn into three lights in a matter of nothing. So as you remember, we got the top light. So now we added the light on the sides here. Then we added a third light for the bottom, which added the light here. Or actually, sorry, this light was the fill light. So you can see it fills in those shadows. Shadow, no shadow. And then we had the kicker light that's kicking here to show the bottom, add a little extra light in that curve to give it that curve. Okay, a little bit of the curve in the curve. So I take out the kicker light or the fill light, and the fill light gives you a little bit of a shadowish line. Okay, I don't really like the shadow line, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my fill. Now I just filled the light in. Everything looks great. So now looking at what it is, okay, the main umbrella, which is a mono light in this case, a 500 watt mono light, it's at about 7.8 on this one. Um, the camera settings, again, 1/125th of a second. I'm at 92 millimeters, um, 12 feet away from the subject. and we're at 100 ISO 100 at F9. F9 because she's gonna start dancing and all that crazy jazz that those girls do. And what we're gonna do is take a look. Umbrella. Okay, the first speed light, which is the kicker light, it does have to be a little more powerful. You usually want 1 to 1.5 stops brighter than your main so you could see it. Okay, so in this case, I could even go up to about half. See? Now I get a nice kicker light. Okay, same thing with the lower speed light, the one that's down here. I could easily increase that to a quarter. Okay, do I want to? Probably not, because I like to keep things looking pretty close together. So I may go about here. Still too much. I may go, yep, about an eighth power. That's where I'll be. Okay, same with the top one. Just because I don't like bright light. I mean, I like it when it's in my sports, but not in my my images with boudoir, right? So we're gonna go the front end light. Okay, the front end light has a nice fill. I could increase it to almost meet up with the other light, which in this case would probably about a quarter of a light. See? But now notice that background just lit up. And notice the shadow. Okay? So I usually drop it till I don't see shadow, which in this case would be a 16. Okay? Boom. There you go. So now you've learned a fill light. I'll just go ahead and turn all these off so we can take a look. Okay? So we're going with the background. Alright, so main light. We add the kicker light from the top. Boom. There it is. Right? Then we added the kicker from the bottom to give it the legs. So now we can see the shape. You can see the shape of her. And then I wanted to fill this shadow in. So I added a fill light. Boom. And now it took a lot of that heavy shadow out and turned it into a beautiful portrait. Okay. Thanks, guys. I hope you guys found this somewhat helpful. If you wanted to see the full range of where everything was, there's your two lights, there's your fill light, and there was the main light. Okay. Again, this is all simplistic, but it just showing you what the kicker lights do, what a fill light does, and what a main light does. So you could even think of this as the sun, and you use this flash to be the fill flash, right? Or the sun could be this puppy here, and you use the main light to light her, and then you use the fill light just to fill in what shadows came in, if there was one. Okay, that's what we were trying to teach as far as what to look for in the light. Okay, that's the reason why I kind of showed this more, is so you can see the light. It's all about the light, guys. And in this case, I I did 4 lights, which I do a lot of, because I do boudoir type shoots, and I'm sure you guys have seen that. I do single lights, I do double lights, triple lights, 5 lights. Hell, I've even went up to 15 lights. So I you have to look at each individual light. And when you shoot with those lights, okay, guys, this is a big thing. When you shoot with those lights, make sure you shoot each individual light so you can see exactly where each light is at. Okay? You want to see each light so you know exactly where your highlights are, where your shadows begin for each light. Okay? The main is the first one that you shoot so you know where you're going to be at for your film speed. Okay? 125th, f9, 100, 92 millimeters, sitting on a stand, it's already pre-programmed. So once you do that, you turn it off. Now you check your first light. First light looks good. Good. Check your second light. This is the fill light. Okay, fill light looks good. It's not overbearing. Okay, there's the lower kicker. So lower kicker's hitting the face, it's hitting the body, and it's hitting the buttocks area, right? So we add them all in. If you do everything together, you'll have a great photo. All right, guys. Again, this was just a basic understanding of how to look at light. If you guys have any questions, leave it down below. Hopefully, this helped some people. Hopefully, you caught a lot of what I was saying. It was really a lot on the fly today because I didn't really plan this out. This is just straight off of my memory, and um, that's starting to go too. But at the same time, I enjoy doing this for you guys. If you guys really enjoy it and you learn something, let me know. If you have a question, please do not hesitate to ask. One of us guys that are in this group, there's tons of us that have a lot of information. Okay? Look forward to seeing you. Keep shooting.